right, man. Here we are, episode 16. Tyler's Talking Sports, guys. Hope everybody's having an absolutely wonderful Monday morning. We are recording this right now on a Sunday night, 15 minutes till 10 on 12/3. Wow, already in December. This episode will be going live on 12/4 at 6 a.m. We had a heck of a time yesterday doing our first live. We're actually going to go into that a little bit. But the title of this episode is Playoff Drama. But actually, you know what? I don't even know. I don't even know about playoff drama. I don't even know.
Don't even know about playoff drama?
I don't even know about playoff drama. But again, guys, this is our 16th episode, which is crazy. Technically, if you count yesterday, this will be like our 17th episode. But we're having a fun time doing this. My name is Tyler Hess. If you don't know, haven't listened, Tyler Hess. On the other side here, the co-founder, partner, brother from another mother, Tyler Castle. That is where the title of the stuff comes from. Tyler's Talking Sports. We talk everything here. We diving deep into college football in this one. Got a lot of hot topics to talk about. But before we get anywhere, we got two sponsors we want to shout out. I'm going to shout out the first one, Isaiah House 117. If you'll go on Facebook and find them, or you can look on our Facebook page at Tyler's Talking Sports. They're having an auction to give away sports memorabilia, jerseys, trading cards, autographed sports memorabilia. They're doing an auction for that. So, and if you don't know what Isaiah House is, they're a foundation that helps build homes for kids that are misplaced or are in the middle of foster care, doesn't have a home at the time, so they don't have to stay at these rinky-dink like DCS places or whatever. They actually have a place. They have a bed, they have food, they have TV, they have stuff they can do, and they don't have to feel like they're just nothing special. So it's actually a wonderful, great foundation. So be sure to check that out, help them out. I'll let Mr. Castle do the Next Level Fitness sponsorship.
Absolutely. Next Level Fitness Club is a 24/7 gym facility in Lebanon, Virginia. The address is 1806 East Main Street, Lebanon, Virginia 24266. 24/7 gym facility. They got cardio, free weights, 24/7 tanning, certified personal trainers, classes. You asked for it, they got it. Other than showers, reach out to those guys on Facebook and Instagram at Next Level Fitness Club, and then also to check out their website at www.nextlevelfitnessclub276.com.
Absolutely wonderful. We love those guys there at Next Level Fitness. Also appreciate Isaiah House.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about it, though. It was Saturday, man. That was a big moment here for Tyler's Talking Sports. They did our first ever live reaction show to the Georgia-Alabama game. And my first things I want to say, I just want to thank everybody who stuck with us on Facebook and YouTube commenting. I really hope – I don't hope. I hate that was it Marcus Jennings? Is that his name? On YouTube? I can't remember. It was Marcus something. I hate that he didn't get to go to church this morning. I was hoping that
Marcus Jesse.
Yeah, Iowa would score 2 touchdowns and he would be able to go to church. I was really looking forward to that for him.
That's funny.
I can see Tyler's Talking Sports being that type of influence on people. But again, just a big shout out to Christopher Hunt, Andrew Mays, Brian Long, Joe Lewis, Billy Bowling,
Jacob Compton.
Jacob Compton, the dude who had the name that's not even his real name, the Walsh person, Anthony Walsh.
Patch Boomhauer.
Yeah, that guy. Appreciate everything from them coming in and just, giving us their takes. Appreciate my wife making her appearance because the people wanted it. Danielle Castle, appreciate her coming by, her and Huddy. Appreciate that. Also, big shout out to the guy that's actually getting a lot of rave reviews and people actually want to see more on camera from what I've been hearing. Caleb Johnson.
Yes.
A lot of people loved having Caleb Johnson there.
Okay, yeah. We can get Caleb in some more.
Yep, they was loving his takes, loving his.
You forgot one of the biggest, man.
opinion.
Andrew Mays.
I did say Andrew.
Oh, you did? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I missed you. Sorry, Andrew. I forgot about you. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm just glad you got his name right.
I'm just glad I pronounced that right. Easy.
Yep.
Andrew. Easy.
Yep, I like it.
But yeah, I agree with you. I had a blast yesterday. I mean, we was consistently pulling anywhere from 6 to 14 viewers for 3 hours. People hung out with us for 3 hours.
Yep.
I just want to point that out. It was incredible to have. Did not expect that much feedback. Well, I think we was right at 200 comments total, 16, 17 likes. I mean, over 600 views. I mean,
it's 700 views now.
700 views. I mean, that's awesome. If you're just tuning in to check us out, listen in, if y'all like that, definitely let us know. I mean, we're gonna do some more lives probably. I enjoyed it. Hess enjoyed it. It takes a lot of energy, but definitely worth it.
Yep.
So yeah, we'd love to do another. So let us know what y'all thought about that.
Absolutely. Yeah, the live was great. The game, from my point of view, actually it was a great football game. I absolutely enjoyed the game.
It was.
Didn't go the way it needed to go on my behalf, but got nothing negative to say about Alabama Crimson Tide. But with that being said, the playoff rankings were released. The conference championship games were played through Friday and Saturday, and the playoff rankings were released. Tyler, you want to go over those?
Yeah. So we got the college football playoff rankings for 2023. So at number 1 comes the Michigan Wolverines. Number 2, Washington. Number 3, Texas. Hook 'em horns. Number 4, Roll Tide. Alabama. Number 5, Florida State gets out. 6 out, Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, buddy. I mean, that's the playoff rankings. Obviously, we can see what the committee's trying to do here. From my point of view, they didn't make the right call here at all. Their stipulation is the Power 5 conference champions should automatically make it if they are undefeated. That is the number one rule in the committee thing. Last time I checked, the ACC is a Power 5 conference. Florida State was undefeated coming into the year, or they did everything they had to do. And I mean, it got to the point where, Jordan Travis got on Twitter and wished that he would have broke his leg earlier so that Florida State could have proved they could have been undefeated through the whole year without him. I don't disagree with Alabama getting in. I know why Texas and Alabama had to be in. I get it, 100%. Because if you put Texas in, you got to put Bama in. You put Bama in, you got to put Texas in. I understand that, but stipulations say Florida State should have one of those spots, and technically, Florida State has better quality of wins. They beat LSU. They are the undefeated conference champion. They had a better strength of schedule than Alabama this year. So technically, Alabama should have been the one out. But here's where I know we got a lot to talk about, but this is just my take on it, and I'll go more into it. The reason these are your 4 teams is because they did get 2 SEC schools in this. They got Texas and Alabama. Texas is officially, starting January 1, would officially be a SEC school. So next year they can promote the playoff Final Four, because this is what they're setting up. They're setting it up for Texas, Alabama in the national title, and whichever way it goes, that rematch happens next year in the SEC regular season play. And they can promote that. ESPN can promote that. That's where your national championship, it's on ESPN. It's a money racket. SEC won out on that one. And that's why you don't hear Kirby Smart in Georgia whining and complaining and throwing a fit like Florida State is, because Florida State don't have a leg to stand on. And one more thing before we dive back into it. Out of the top 16 teams remaining, if you add their new conferences to who they are, Florida State's the only one that's not in the SEC or the Big Ten.
That's tough.
And if Florida State if you did their quality of wins, strength of schedule, and strength versus ranked, they'd be the number 2 team in the SEC.
Wow. Did not know that. But the question was, did the committee make the right call? I think you went into that a little bit. You don't think they did. I don't think the committee had an option on this one. You have 5 teams that deserve to be in the Final Four, in my opinion. They only had 4 spots open. So the weakest link, like you said, I think it comes down to money. Bama's going to bring in the money. Let's just be honest. And also, too, I think they went with a little bit of both. They should have just done 4 best teams. That's what it should be about. But I think they also did some deserving in there as well. So that's why we're seeing the 4 teams that we got. I don't totally agree, but hard to make a selection when you only have 4 spots. So good job on that, guys. Way to think that one through. They really didn't think it through. You got 5 conferences and 4 spots.
That's why it should have been 6 to begin with.
Yeah, it should have been 6. Yes, I agree.
Because then you get your 5 out.
Then you get all these teams.
And then
you get all these teams in there, and it don't matter. I agree with that. Thank God for next year. We're getting 12. Make this a lot easier, so you don't have a lot of pissed off fan bases. But I don't think there's any way to say right or wrong on these calls. If you're an Alabama fan, of course, you're going to say they made the right call. If you're Florida State, obviously they made the wrong call. I mean, I think it comes down to your team and who you're looking at. And then, you went over some stats there and stuff too. But again, at the end of the day, it all comes down to this right here. Just like you meant, money makes the world go round. So I think that's what they're leaning on.
I don't know if they're leaning toward the whole money aspect of it. I think they're leaning to what they could promote and what sounds pretty. But I don't think they got it right at all. And I know there's a lot of people out there saying, hey, we've got a TCU situation again. TCU made the national title last year. They got absolutely destroyed by Georgia because they're saying Washington's in this. I don't agree with that. I think Washington's a better team than Michigan. I think Michigan should have been the odd one out. Good job. You beat an Iowa team 26-0. Great job. You barely squeaked by Ohio State. You squeaked by a Penn State team that has no wins against ranked opponents, and you squeaked by your entire season. Your quarterback is no better than Iowa's quarterback, who you all were slamming, who only threw for 33 yards last night.
Yeah.
Michigan should not even be in. Like, Michigan fans, I'm sorry, you guys done. And your all's players' reaction, coach reaction to find out you're playing Alabama. Y'all wanted the easy route. You wanted to play a third-string quarterback at Florida State, and you got Bama. Hey, they get what they want, and it's going to prove that we do have another TCU situation. The fact that we got Michigan sitting here at number 1, and they're absolutely going to get smoked in the first round.
Maybe
They don't stand a chance.
We'll see. I mean, it's going to be a very, very big defensive game, which we'll get into that.
Alabama's offense is going to destroy them.
Yeah, but before we get into Michigan and, going over like the games and everything, I got a question for you since we're right, 10 minutes into the pod. I want to get straight to it. Why was Georgia knocked so low?
Well, the committee, they proved that last week when they dropped Ohio State down to 6. I knew going in, we lose, we out. I knew it. With us being out, I didn't think Bama should be in.
Shoot, boy.
Sorry. Excuse me. Give me a second.
Hess still getting over that sickness, guys. It lasts, I tell you.
I hate it. Anyway, like I was saying, the committee, they gave their nod when they dropped Ohio State to 6 after losing to Michigan. Here's my thing. If you really think Georgia's the 6th best team in the country, there's no way Alabama should be in this playoff. If you really think Ohio State is the 7th best team in the country, there's no way that Michigan should be in this playoff by what you just did to the University of Georgia. But, hey, is what it is. But, I mean, I guess what it is they want to do the eye test. Georgia struggled out the gate. They were a slow starting team. Yeah, they beat Ole Miss. They beat Missouri. Okay, we beat some basketball schools that were ranked. We beat Tennessee, who's a basketball school that was ranked. We killed them in Knoxville. We lost to Alabama. We lost to the only true football school that we played that was ranked.
True football school.
So drop us to 6. That makes sense. But I don't totally agree with it. I think Georgia should add. If you're
that's coming from a Georgia fan, though. Obviously, you're not going to agree with it.
There's so much contradicting, though, in what the committee does, though, because they say if you're undefeated conference champion, you're automatically in.
Right.
If
that didn't
you're
happen.
a undefeated regular season conference champion and you're ranked in the top 5, you should be automatically in.
Didn't happen.
And we want they say we want the 4 best teams. Don't think that happened here either.
Well, I think the committee just kind of makes up the rules and then kind of rules as you go.
Well, I think
it sounds like.
Based off what I'm seeing,
it's like it's rules, but we don't have to follow them.
With these 4 teams, like I said, they expect Texas to beat Washington, Bama to steamroll Michigan, and then they get that premier national title.
I think a lot of people. I mean, I don't want to get into picks just yet, but I think a lot of people are expecting that with Bama versus Texas for a rematch from this year.
You put Georgia in this, and you put honestly. You put Georgia in this, then it ruins that whole thing. Because Georgia either beats, you don't beat Georgia twice. Bama wins that game, Georgia wins the next one, Bama wins the next one. You don't beat them twice.
Those teams are very, very even, so it could go either way.
Just like 2 years ago, they beat us in the SEC title, we beat them in the Natty. But there's that example.
See, y'all got in that year. But see, here's the thing: that the teams are so much better this year, though. And that year, it was an easy pick. I mean, it wasn't like you didn't have Washington undefeated, Michigan undefeated, Florida State undefeated. Like you didn't have that. So you got to look at that too. I want to go back to Georgia. You was talking about Georgia a little bit there. I did look at their strength of schedule based off the season. I think that played a little bit of a role. Texas was ranked 11th. They had a very tough schedule. Alabama was ranked 31st, and then you had Georgia sitting at number 61. So I think that went into equation as well. And like you said, they did beat Ole Miss, Missouri, and Tennessee, but they beat them sound. Those 3 teams didn't have the best years, so they really liked that signature win. If y'all could have beat somebody, within the top 5 or something like that, maybe we'd be having a little bit different conversation right now. But that's why I think that's why I think Georgia missed, and also too, I'm considering this before Texas. I don't think Georgia wanted to put 2 SEC schools in on top of Texas with that because it would absolutely cause a riot between conferences. We already saw what the athletic director today said from Florida State. So I don't know.
Here's your 4. This is their criteria. This was posted because they haven't updated because it's a committee and they don't want to update their playoffs. But 2016 on their website, College Football Playoff Committee, the guidelines: when the circumstances or margins are indicated that teams are comparable, then the following things take place. Champions won, so they won a conference championship. That helps. So there's Bama, notch for them. Strength of schedule. There you go.
2.
Head-to-head competition, if it occurred. Only one that happened with was Texas and Alabama. Competitive outcomes of a common opponent without indicating the margin of victory. So, we destroyed Ole Miss. Bama squeaked by. Bama beat us by 3. There's your head-to-head with them. They beat us by 3. We squeaked by Ole Miss. Or we destroyed Ole Miss. We destroyed Tennessee. They had to have a second half comeback to beat Tennessee at home. We destroyed Tennessee in Knoxville. By their notes, the only thing here that Bama's got a leg up on is that conference championship, and the fact that they played Texas.
I guess to them that's big enough, which is crazy. But and they're looking at Texas right now. It's Texas, top 4. So Texas beat them by 10. At home, though. That game was at home. That game was at Tuscaloosa.
Week 2.
Yeah, week 2, I'm pretty sure.
Week 2.
Yeah, so... Sorry, my dog is, licking my leg right now. It's really weird. Yeah, both of them being here now. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. The only thing I think of, like I said, strength of schedule, lack of signature wins, what really hurts you all. And then, 2, all these other conferences being good this year is what hurts you, too. Again, I don't think you can put in 3 potential SEC schools. I just don't. They're not going to do that.
I don't think Texas needed to be in. Where's Oklahoma? Their 1 loss is to Oklahoma, and Oklahoma's not even in the top 10.
Oklahoma, though, was ranked, I think, 6th, right?
But that don't matter. They said it's current rankings coming into this week versus your match, because that's where these top 25 wins come from. The final.
But they're looking at the strength of schedule too.
And Texas's strength of schedule is nothing compared to any of those SEC schools.
It's 11th.
At the beginning of the year, yes. But if you look at it now, Georgia had the number 2 strength of schedule going into the end of the year.
For the last half of the year, yes.
No, overall, Georgia had the number 2 strength of schedule after you finish out the entire season with the way everybody was ranked. They played 4 top 25 ranked opponents that are still ranked.
Sounds like they just didn't want to see y'all.
Well, but if you go by this, Texas's 1 loss is to Oklahoma. So then they go to Oklahoma and then they say, okay, how good was Oklahoma? Who did they lose to? Oklahoma has, 2 or 3 losses?
2, I think, right?
Kansas.
They lost big to that 1 game.
Kansas and Oklahoma State.
Okay, State maybe. Yeah. They yeah, but look, I mean, I don't know. Texas blew out Oklahoma State too. Something to consider too. Nobody's mentioning Texas lost their star wide receiver in that game. They lost Worthy. That's huge.
Okay, then they shouldn't be in it because Florida State lost Jordan Travis.
I do think Texas should be in it, honestly.
The committee says the reason they did not choose Florida State was the fact that they are not the same team without Jordan Travis. They lost their leading rusher 2 weeks ago. Texas did. Their leading rusher. Number 1, he was the number 3 rusher in the country. Lost him for the year. And now they've lost Xavier Worthy.
Yep.
It's the same scenario you kept Florida State out of it.
Yeah, but it's Texas.
Okay, they haven't done nothing they haven't won a conference title since 2006. It's not Texas
money,
at all.
Brother.
If it's money, then you put Tennessee. If it's money, then Tennessee should win every year. You're number 2 in SEC in revenue.
Tennessee's not involved in this conversation.
But you're number 2. But you're saying it's all about money, then it should be Alabama, Tennessee, Ohio State, Michigan every year. Every year.
Money has to play a role in this. It has to. Has to, man. It's more to it than just
No,
scheduling and
they
everything.
didn't want.
Florida State should be in.
They didn't want a back-to-back-to-back national champion because it
Maybe.
ruins their whole.
That'd have been the first time in history, right?
Let's have parity. It ruins that.
I would have liked to have seen it, honestly.
And Florida State did everything they're supposed to do because you're telling me, honest to God, it does not matter who Florida State played. If Florida State would have played Georgia, Alabama, Clemson, Texas A&M, Tennessee, USC, Oregon, Washington, and then beat their ACC schedule and finish undefeated, Florida State wouldn't make it because it doesn't matter. It's all who they want.
I think so. At the end of the day, it's like their coach said. Why are we even playing football games?
I agree.
So I mean, I understand. If I'm a Florida State fan, I'm absolutely livid right now. I'm just saying, I don't know why Texas makes it in, but not just Texas, but Bama took their spot. So let's go into that take. Why did Bama make it in over Florida State? Not Texas, Bama. Because Florida State should be number 4.
Because they wanted to put Texas in. But you can't if you put Texas in, you have to put Bama in. Because Texas's best win of the entire year was against Alabama on week 2.
Alabama was top 5 too, right? Yeah, they were like 3rd,
because
right?
If you put Texas in, which they put them at 3, so that was already made. They already went and said Michigan to 1, Washington 2. Who's our number 3 school? Everybody come to conclusion. Texas. All right, got to be Bama at 4. Because if you leave Bama, because you would have to have put Bama ahead of Georgia. So if you put Bama ahead of Georgia at 5 and Georgia stays at 6, then Florida State would have dropped from 4th, winning and going undefeated. Florida State would have dropped from 4th probably to 7th or 8th. And you can't justify that. So if you put Texas in, you had to put Bama in. That's the only reason. Bama losing to Texas and then beating Georgia was the best thing for them. If Bama beats Texas and then beats Georgia, Georgia's in. Because Texas isn't there. Texas doesn't have that Bama win to piggyback them. And Bama doesn't have that loss to piggyback them in.
I like that take. Yeah, I haven't really looked at that, honestly, because I wasn't pointing the finger really at Texas. I was pointing more at Bama, like how in the world did Bama get in?
Well, I mean, that's why.
Well, I think another obvious answer is Jordan Travis is out. I think they used that. That's what the daggone committee chief, whatever his name was, something boo him. But he was going on about Jordan Travis being out. I think that's terrible. I mean, you can't hold a starting QB. There's more players on the team than just the quarterback.
3 years ago. No, sorry. 4 or 5 years ago. I can't remember exactly. Ohio State fans chime in and let me know. I think it was Braxton Miller was the quarterback. Or no, maybe it was Braxton Miller, I think, was quarterback at Ohio State. Went out for the season, last game of or 2 games into the second to last game of the year. Cardell Jones, freshman, 3rd-string quarterback, comes in. They put them in at number 4. They squeaked by. Put them in at number 4.
Was the conferences as good though? I mean, was there undefeated teams like that?
That year, you had an undefeated Alabama. You had an undefeated you had a 1-loss LSU. You had a undefeated Ohio State, undefeated Clemson. Can't remember who the other one was. I mean, there was like 5 1-loss schools and 3 undefeated.
They should have changed the 6 teams like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
At least.
But I mean, granted, Cardell Jones, he led them to the national championship and they won.
Yeah. That's 2019.
Yeah.
I think 2018 or 2019.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't get I get what they're saying, but a couple years ago that didn't matter. It mattered.
I get it too, but like, we could have said the same thing about Hendon Hooker. I mean, granted, they got killed at South Carolina, so that's what screwed them. But I mean, even if you had Joe Milton coming in, imagine if Tennessee wins South Carolina and then they did the same to us, because Milton was going to have to play. Like that would hurt. That would hurt huge. And Florida State hasn't been to the Natty or in the Final Four since 2014. Jameis Winston,
yeah,
I think was the last time. So
correct me here. I might be wrong. Did we play you all before Hooker got hurt or after?
Yeah, before.
So
South Carolina was like the last game, like second to last game last year.
You already had that 1 loss coming in.
Yep. Yeah. Yes, that was their second loss.
That was back-to-back weeks, wasn't it?
I don't think so.
Anyway.
Maybe. It might have been.
My point, if you all win that game based off these criteria, what they say, you all win that game and win out, but y'all wouldn't have been in the SEC title game because you lost to Georgia. So never mind.
That's what I'm. Well, not even that. Well, let's say they'd be a one-loss team. They would, Tennessee finished 6th last year, so I'm saying they would be Florida State this year, is what it looks like, and that would drive me insane. Like, so I'm just trying to feel that from a Florida State fan.
Well, let's put it this way. Okay. Well, y'all wouldn't because y'all lost to Georgia. Let's say y'all beat Georgia last year with Hooker. You beat Bama, you beat Georgia. Then Hooker gets hurt, but y'all end up beating South Carolina anyway.
Undefeated.
Yeah, undefeated. You win the SEC.
And lose the championship game.
No, you win.
Oh, you win. You win. Okay, win it all.
Do you make it? Because they dropped you all. But y'all lost South Carolina.
That's what I'm saying.
Based off this criteria,
last year, I think they would have, based off the conferences and everything. That's the biggest difference.
From what I'm hearing here is if the playoff starts and Jalen Milroe or Blake Corum or J.J. McCarthy or Michael Penix, God forbid, I hope nothing happens, that they don't fall off the bus and break their leg before the game. Based off that, then you're out.
Oh, my God. That's bad karma.
You're out. You're out of the playoff. We need to put somebody else in.
Yeah, it sounds. I mean, that you could do that with any player, and not just quarterback.
And don't get me wrong.
Like we just talked about Worthy with Texas.
Yeah.
Why didn't they put that in the equation? That's what I'm saying. Nobody even talked about that.
We're not talking about Worthy. We're not talking about the running back either. I mean, here's my thing. And don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here saying that Florida State's one of the best 4 teams. I'm sorry. I think.
Yeah, we'll get into that too. But as a fan, I'd be livid.
Oh, exactly. I would be too. But I don't know. You know what? We'll go into more of that. We'll keep going.
Okay, we'll go on down to our next segment.
Cardale Jones, by the way, he went to be the starter in 2015.
15. Oh, they won the Natty, what, 2018, 2019?
No, it was 2015 when they won it. That was the year that he went in for...
Yeah, but they won... Okay, so they won it then, and then they won 2018, 2019, too. Somewhere right in there.
Nope. It says when you hear the name Cardale Jones, you probably think of the 2 things. Ohio State quarterback who led the Buckeyes to a national title in 2014.
Are you positive, though, that they didn't win Natty like 2018, 2019? Not with him, but I'm about positive they did. They had that 1 year right in there, but right before Georgia. It was like Clemson, Ohio State, I'm pretty sure. 2018 or 2019. I just got to know that stat real quick. That's going to bug me.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
But, I mean, that's the whole thing. They kept Ohio State. Why is this being this way? They kept Ohio State in. And
I mean, I'll look it up. When did Ohio State last win national championship? Well, this sucks. Let's see.
I got you. You have Ohio State 2014, Alabama 15, Clemson 16, Alabama 17, Clemson 18, LSU 19, Alabama 20, Georgia 21, Georgia 22.
They made it to the Natty. They lost.
Yes. That was when they had. That was when they had the guy before C.J. Stroud.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Ohio State, OHIO.
Hey, what are they thinking, though? They sit there at home all weekend and do nothing.
Oh, they just keep dropping back. I mean, yeah.
But they have 1 loss against the number 1 team in the country.
Yeah.
How does that justify Michigan being? If anybody,
so where'd they end up? 7th?
No.
They dropped back past 7th?
Hold on.
Oh, I guess Oregon probably went 7th, didn't they? No way. No way.
I got it right.
Oregon's 8th. Sorry. I think Ohio State's 7th.
It's Michigan, Washington, Texas, Alabama, Florida State. Actually, they got Florida State and Georgia tied based off points for 5th. But Georgia 6, Ohio State 7, Oregon dropped to 8th.
Yep. Okay.
Missouri 9.
Missouri.
Yep.
Yep.
Oklahoma finished 12th on the year. So back to that argument, they finished 12th.
12th. Okay. Jeez. What, 10-2?
Yeah, 10-2.
10-2. 10-2.
10-2. So here's a good question. If LSU wasn't 9-3, but they were 10-2 to match Oklahoma, which would have been Texas's only loss, is the LSU a better win than would that put Florida State in? If LSU would have actually say they would have finished 10-2?
LSU, everybody knows LSU turned out to be a pretty good team. So I think that win should have definitely went to caliber for Florida State because they beat them sound. They beat them sound, right?
They lost Florida State 45-24 week one.
Yeah,
They lost
destroyed them.
They lost to Ole Miss 55-49, and then they lost to Alabama 42-28.
Yeah.
And now they play Wisconsin in the. They play Wisconsin. They play Wisconsin in the Real I Quest Bowl.
Wow. Jaden Daniels, man, he's gonna have some fun in that Quest Bowl.
He ain't gonna play.
I wouldn't. Why waste your time? Yeah, I don't know, man. Be honest with you, I mean, again, this goes back to the Florida State call. Biggest thing I can see is Jordan Travis, which is absolute bullcrap. We just went over all that. Why it's bullcrap.
Fun fact.
Listeners, hang on. I'm gonna tell the listeners. If you're listening, tell us what you think about Florida State getting out. I mean, what's your thoughts? Do you think it's fair? Do you think it's crap? Do you think it's good? Leave a comment on the video. We do have Spotify where you can leave stuff. So let us know what you think about that. Hess and I both agree it's absolute bullcrap. So what's your final thought on that?
One last thing before we continue on the AP poll, the final AP poll. It don't matter.
Yeah,
but it was kind of interesting to me. Number 1, Michigan. Number 2, Washington. Number 3, Texas. They went up 4 spots. Number 4, Florida State. Number 5, Alabama. Number 6, dropped 5 spots, Georgia. Number 7, Ohio State. Number 8, Oregon. The only other big thing, which I would argue a little bit if I'm this team, SMU jumped Liberty in the AP poll. They're ranked 17th now. Liberty's ranked 18th in the AP poll. But SMU is 24th in the college football rankings because it wasn't ranked, and Liberty's 23rd. So Liberty got that at-large bowl, and now they play Oregon in the New Year's Six Bowl, in the Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun game to watch, honestly. I just don't think we're going to see any players really start. You talking about the Oregon game, right? That's when you mentioned? Yeah. I don't think Bo Nix plays. I'll be surprised.
Another fun poll here. Another one, the coaches poll. Okay. And people don't know the coaches poll is literally every coach in NCAA, they vote. Mm-hmm. Michigan, number 1. They have 51 first-place votes.
Gosh, man, I cannot believe that.
Washington, number 2, with 8 first-place votes. Florida State, number 3. Alabama, number 4, with 3 first-place votes. Texas, 5. Georgia, 6. And then everything else is in order.
Wow. Texas 5.
Yep. The final, James Madison, Tulane, Tennessee, and Oregon State to round out that. AP poll, Tennessee, finally they came back ranked.
21st.
They came back ranked this week. They're now 25th in AP poll. They were unranked last week. Didn't realize that.
I didn't either.
But yeah, I mean, that's just, I don't know.
Woo! We're 21st in the college football.
Interesting, though. Just interesting stuff here. Anyway, is Texas back? That's the next question.
Yeah, Texas back.
No.
Yes, I do think Texas is back. They obviously, you mentioned it earlier, week 2, they did beat Bama 34-24 on the road. They were ranked 5th at that time. Alabama was 3rd. Biggest loss to them was, of course, the loss to Oklahoma. Dylan Gabriel played lights out that game, 34-30. That game's always close. So I do think that hurt them a little bit. The biggest thing for them right here is this right here. They beat Oklahoma State 49-21. Everybody was talking before this game played saying Texas has to dominate. Texas has to dominate. I think if it was 27-24 or 21-18, whatever, 21-20, we don't see Texas in the top 5 or top 4. Strength of schedule at the start of the season. I know you went over this, but they were ranked 11th. I don't know what it ended up finishing, but that was the beginning of the season. But also, too, I want to take it back a step. If you go back and look at Texas' schedule, they had a lot of close games. A lot of close games against smaller schools. I think Rice was one. Baylor, I think, was kind of close. Iowa State was close. There's a bunch of games right there just settled by a touchdown or a few points. So are they back? And that's that was the question. I do think they're back, but we'll see in this playoff. We'll see.
All right, Texas is not back.
Oh,
and the reason that is, are they on the right path to be back? We'll say probably. They haven't won a major bowl since 2019, or actually, they haven't won a major bowl since 2018. They beat Georgia in the Sugar Bowl 28-21. But Georgia didn't have no starters in that game. And then they beat Utah. They've been in the Alamo Bowl the last 3 times they've actually made a bowl appearance. But if you go back to last year, they lost 4 games.
They lost to Washington.
They lost to Washington in the Alamo Bowl. So they have to get the committee, hey, good job, guys. You give us a bowl.
38-31.
You give us a bowl rematch. They lost to Washington 27-20.
Was it 27-20? I thought it was 38-31.
Yep. Good job. I appreciate that, committee. Thank you for giving me the rematch that we've all wanted by getting Texas to play Washington again. Prior to that, 2021, Texas lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. You've had one good year, in my opinion, since 2019. So you're not back. You're on the right track to be back. But to be back and what Texas says is back is year in, year out, Heisman favorites, national championship contention, Big 12, which will now turn to SEC title contention. Hey, now you're going to the SEC. Like Kirby Smart said, come on down, get you a bite of it. If you want to chew it, come on, get you a big chew of it because you're going to love it. It's going to be tough. So you had a 7.
Well, they'll be coming on up. It's a little bit north.
Yeah, they're going more east.
Yeah, it's a lot east.
But
sorry, couldn't help myself.
That's what I say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 losses in 2021, and then 4 losses.
That don't matter, though.
4 losses then.
Totally different team.
Same coaching,
Totally
coaching staff. Quinn Ewers was on all 3 of the last 2 teams.
Shows how good your coaches are.
Shows how good the NIL is. Texas.
Well, that helps too. They got the money.
Texas is not back. They're on the right track. We'll see what they do next year. But my prediction with Texas is they're going to bite off.
Oh, I'm not talking about next year. I'm just talking about this year. Is Texas back this year?
No,
do we see Texas?
Okay,
Excuse me. Do we see Texas in the Natty?
Absolutely not.
So I've jumped the gun a little bit. I know we got picks and everything coming up, but so you're going to go ahead and say Washington beats Texas?
Yes.
Got to get a score prediction?
I'll wait till we talk about it.
Okay. So you're saying Washington beats Texas? That's bold. They do have Penix if he plays. That's the biggest thing on these bowl games. We don't know who's playing yet.
No, these guys play. They have to play.
100%.
They're in the playoff. Yeah, they'll play. It's the guys that are in the New Year's 6 bowls that mean nothing. Right. It's these other bowls. So like
all your other bowls, every single other bowl other than these 2.
Like anybody at Tennessee's got getting drafted, anybody at Georgia's got getting drafted, anybody they're not going to play in the bowl.
Yeah. No. Okay. Just want to make sure. Yeah, I don't know. I disagree with that take. I think Texas is back. I think we'll definitely know next year because they will be in the SEC and they have a lot tougher schedule. I know they play you all next year. I think they play Bama again. So definitely tough schedule.
No, they don't play Bama again.
They play you all.
Yeah,
they do play you all.
Bama went ahead and scheduled them the last 2 years, so they didn't have to play them the introduction to SEC. But
smart.
Bama can play them in the SEC title game.
Huh? Okay, yeah. SEC is going to be tough next year. Any ACC fan? I know Brian Long's a huge ACC fan. We got some ACC listeners. SEC is going to. God, it's going to be tough. Y'all can say what you want about getting SMU and Cal. Have at it. SMU is going to give y'all a run for your money in ACC, though. I will say that. So have fun with those Mustangs. Nice one.
Thank you.
Yep.
Excuse you. Sorry, I'm a committee member. I don't know my manners or anything.
Yeah, we can tell with that hat. If you're watching video, guys, look at Hess's hat. This hat actually has some meaning behind it. Hess actually got in a truck accident about a year ago now, right?
No,
it's almost been a year.
About May.
Okay. So like 8 months, 7 months. Been a while back, but anyway, he's here. He's alive. Go Chevy. They make good trucks.
Yeah.
But his hat, on the other hand, is that a New Era hat?
Yeah, it's a New Era.
That's a New Era hat. We need to get a picture. You got a picture of your truck? I mean, we could show these folks your old truck. Completely totaled. And Hess walked out with a little, scratch and a little bit shaken up. And his hat's still intact. Just the bill broke. So shout out to New Era.
Here's where it scuffed the asphalt and stuff.
Yeah, but I like that hat. I think Hess should just wear that hat everywhere, honestly, and just tell people the story of why they should buy a Chevy. That would be a great commercial. Chevy, if you're listening, that's a great. Yeah, right there. Look at that thing. Totaled.
Yeah.
Total loss.
Here it is. Here's where it ended up.
Yeah, that settled in. Yeah. Look at that. My gosh.
Yeah,
lucky to be here, folks.
Yeah, buddy. Thanks for those airbags.
Good Lord above.
Yeah.
Airbags and Chevy, baby, and Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah. And Atlanta. New Era, baby.
New Era.
Next question.
Washington.
Is Washington real? Are they real?
I've been a fan of Washington. If you go back in our previous episodes, I was telling you about Washington before everybody else was noticing Washington when they were sitting there at 9th or 10th. They did kind of falter down the stretch, but they had injuries. They were getting tired. Penix was having to do a lot because he lost his receiver. He lost his running back. A lot was on Penix's shoulders. But they're getting healthy, and now they're going to be off for a whole month, and now they're going to get more healthy. And they proved what I think a lot of people didn't expect to happen, other than myself here, because I ended up winning our college pick'em. I picked Washington over the Oregon game, and
I told you why you won. I just want to get that out there. I told you why you won.
So I picked Washington.
Mm-hmm.
You chose Harry Joe.
I did choose Harry Joe. I like Bo Nix.
But Washington, I mean, they did everything they were supposed to do.
They did. They won
And
Pac-12.
they got a Heisman candidate in Michael Penix, who will be going to New York. They had ranked wins against Arizona, Oregon, Utah, and Oregon State. Oregon State's not ranked anymore, though.
They're not, but they were at the time when they played.
But, I mean, I think they deserve to be in. It's sad to see that the last year that the Pac-12 exists is the first time they get a school in there. So that's upsetting. But, yeah, I think Michigan.
It's the first time for Washington in how many years?
Last time I remember Washington being in a natty was in the 90s, like 1990, 1991.
Yeah, I mean, just in the Final Four here. I mean, it's been a minute.
They've never been in the Final Four.
Ever?
No. This is the first time.
Wow.
This is the first time
First time in school history.
This is the first time for a Pac-12 school to make the Final Four.
Nah, Oregon.
No.
What?
Oregon never made the Final Four.
Even Mariota?
They was in the BCS then.
Oh, yeah. We had all the different.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. All different bowl games. That's before they changed the whole bowl. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I was thinking about the Oregon days where they was just lights out every year.
Washington won 2 national titles, 1960 and, like I said, 1991.
Wow. Hats off to Washington.
Yeah, hats off.
You know, for an underdog story, I'd love to see it. I don't care. That's a good thing about being a Tennessee fan. I just get to watch good football, you know. Gotta look at the small positive sense. Penix, we talked about him all year, talked about him every episode on the pod. We've always talked about Washington, like Hez said. I think they deserve to be in too. You cannot rule them out of the Final Four. They are a little streaky on defense, but the defense did show up against Oregon. Oregon was a top 5 offensive team going into this game, and Washington shut them down. They look good. The corners look good. Safeties look good. All pass coverage look good. Bo Nix did end up throwing for 300 yards, but you turn right around, Penix threw over 300 as well. These guys are, you know, they're NFL-ready quarterbacks. They're going to throw for 300 yards. You're not going to shut that down. I don't know. I think Washington gets a sneak on people. I think a lot of people sleeping on Washington.
I don't think people are saying that this is the second purple team that's going to be like TCU. I don't see that with this Washington team. They're going to compete with Texas.
I don't either. Their offense is way better than TCU's was last year.
Let me retract back to the Texas-Washington game. I think right now I'm going with Washington, but I don't think Washington kills them. I think Texas is rightfully so there. I think it's.
We're going to get into that.
I just want to retract that because I did say, no, Texas don't have a chance. No, they have every chance in the world.
Well, these Final Four teams, all of them have a chance. Let's just be honest.
Other than Michigan.
They're all caliber teams, sound teams. They're here for a reason. Michigan got first for a reason. I know you hate them, but let's go into them. That's our last team to talk about in the top 4. Michigan poo-poo.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, overrated?
Hold on.
Are they overrated?
Hold on, man. Hold on. My phone's ringing.
Oh, you going to do
Connor? Is that you?
Yeah,
man.
You going to do the Missouri take?
Yeah, we're talking about them right now. Yeah, definitely. I think they're overrated too. I hate they let you go. I think you were the only chance they had at maybe winning a natty. But hey,
hang on, I'm trying to get some signs over here.
It is what it is, man. Hate that. Yeah, man. Let me get back to the pod.
You want the Tennessee Orange?
Thank you, Connor, for that. Appreciate that. Sorry, guys. That was Connor Stallions. He wanted to know what I was feeling about Michigan right there. So, anyway, yeah, Michigan. Yeah, I think they're overrated. Did you watch the Iowa game? Did you watch that game last night?
Nope. Because you want to why? Because it was complete boring. I do not like no offense games.
Did you watch
I cannot stand it.
Did you watch any of it?
I watched a little bit of it, when I left your house, because we got done doing the live and everything, and I settled in. I watched a little bit of it, but as soon as Michigan went up, I was like, this game's over because Iowa has no offense.
All right. Between the 4 teams that were playing last night at 8 o'clock, at halftime, 200 yards total offense between the 4 schools.
Yes, I know. Florida State and Louisville was a heck of a defensive game.
It was terrible, too.
It was terrible,
JJ
lackluster.
JJ McCarthy had a absolutely amazing game at the beginning of the game. I think he was like
Couldn't see Jack.
He was 6 for 11 for 38 yards. Iowa's quarterback was 7 for 11 for 23 yards.
Oh my God!
That was the first half.
I don't know how. First half, yeah, didn't even get 50 yards passing.
Oh, and their superstar, Mr. Bloody Nose, I can run over anybody, but Blake Corum, I think he may have scored like a 1-yard touchdown, but he had 52 yards. He had a good job on 16 carries.
Yeah, Iowa's defense legit. We do know that going into this. We both said it was going to be a low-score game. I picked 13-3, I think was my final projection. They were 20. I don't know what the money line closed. I think 22.5-point favorites or 21. Largest ever in a bowl game, I think was the stat on that. So, but it was an absolute bore fest. You asked me if I watched it. No, I did not. I watched a little bit of it here and there. I did keep up with the Louisville game. That was a little bit better game. But, Michigan did have big wins over Ohio State and Penn State, and they did go undefeated this year. So that's, you have to consider that in. Everybody was kind of high on Ohio State this year too. So, they held Iowa to 0. Can I get a round of applause on that?
No.
Can I get a? Oh, okay. But no offense. One of the best defenses in the league. Unfortunately, when you're at this stage in the finals, you need to have both. You got to have an offense and you got to have a defense. Your defense wins games, but you got to have an offense too. Got to be able to put up points, and I don't see that out of Michigan.
Is Iowa's quarterback good?
No.
Well, he almost outperformed J.J. McCarthy. He had 120 yards passing.
Oh, I don't think McCarthy's good. McCarthy hasn't had a passing touchdown in like 6 games.
But I think this is my last time I'm going to talk about college football for the rest of the year because I just went ahead and looked at the line.
Oh my God!
Michigan is the favorite over Alabama.
Are you serious?
Yes, they're a 1.5-point favorite.
Nuh-uh.
Yep. I'm looking at it right now. Michigan, 1.5-point favorite, over under 45.5 in the Rose Bowl.
Wow.
No wonder we dropped to 6.
Are people just bagging on? They think Bama not that good, or they think Georgia's or not Georgia? They think Michigan's that good?
Everybody does.
Not me.
Texas is a 4-point favorite for the Texas-Washington people out there. They expect that game to be.
What year was it that Michigan was it? When y'all played Michigan, right? And y'all killed them.
Oh man, Michigan. Hold on.
Was it last year or the year before last?
Hold on. It was the year before last. When I had Adrian Hutchinson.
It was a blowout.
Yeah, but hey, Michigan had the number 1 defense in the country. They couldn't be beat by anybody.
Don't have an offense.
See, last year they lost to TCU, who everybody said was garbage, 51-45. The year before that, they lost to Georgia 34-11 and had 125 yards of offense.
That's what I was thinking of. That's what you're going to see probably out of Alabama.
McCarthy tore it up though in that game. He had 131 yards passing.
Stop. God. There's just not enough offensive weapons, I think, on that team with Michigan. They do have one of the best defenses. I ain't going to lie about that.
Oh, the last time they played Alabama, they lost 35-16.
I think that's what we're going to
in the Citrus Bowl.
I know we're getting ready to go over score predictions, but...
Oh, and the year before that, they played Florida, another SEC school. They lost 41-15. They have yet to crack 17 points against SEC schools.
SEC's different, folks.
South Carolina.
I'll eat my words if I'm wrong, but
sorry,
I don't think I'm going to be wrong on this one.
2017, they beat South Carolina in the Outback Bowl. No, they lost 26-19. They scored 19.
Lost to South Carolina. That was before Shane Beamer.
Yep.
They'd be Shane Beamer. Yeah, Michigan poo-poo. That's what I think. I think that's a bunch of hoopla.
I'm not a fan of them at all. I think they get absolutely waxed in this game. I will say that. I will stick to that. Alabama blows them out.
We're gonna get a lot of hate on the talk by this, by the way, if you upload a clip about Michigan. Michigan fans are diehards.
Oh, yeah. They're delusional diehards.
Bring it on.
Hashtag Andrew Mays on that one. Delusional.
Oh, yeah, he went delusional after my nephew.
Yeah.
Yeah, delusional.
Yeah,
love it.
But who's your 4? If you could pick Tyler Castle's playoff 4, who'd you pick?
In no particular order. I'm not going to do an order. I'm just going to do 4 teams, best 4 teams. It's not about who deserves it. It's about the best 4 teams in my eyes. Okay? Georgia, still top 4, easily. Alabama, whole different team than start of the year. Texas. Very good. Very sound. Washington. That's my 4.
Number 4, Alabama. Number 3, Georgia. Number 2, Washington. Number 1, Texas.
Number 1, Texas.
That's how I got it.
Well, I mean that's fine. I did have this note down on Georgia. I just want to say this because you have to be thinking this as a fan. I know you have to be. They lost by 3 to Alabama. Okay, first loss in over 700 days, and you lose on a field goal. Y'all kicked that field goal, it hit the upright. If y'all kicked that, it might have been a tie game. We don't know. Obviously, could have went to overtime. Might be having a different story right now, but they're letting 3 points separate y'all from getting in there. I mean, not even drop you below Florida State too.
5 spots.
I can't believe that.
3 points dropped us 5 spots.
3 points in the SEC championship after going undefeated for 2 years.
And what blows my mind,
man, that's crazy. And everybody's like, huge upset, huge upset. Alabama is no slouch, guys.
No, not at all.
They have turned it on this second half of the season.
No, they're not a slouch at all.
Honestly, I think where I think they really turned it on? Second half of Tennessee, and I think ever since then they've just taken off.
I think
it's been a whole different team.
I think the bench,
or ever since Milroe got benched. Yep.
I don't know, man. It's interesting to me. I don't really know. I don't know how 3 points. I don't know how 3 points can drop you 5 spots.
I don't either. I don't agree with that. I really. What are you queuing in here? Oh, you trying to get us copyrighted?
Yeah. Alabama, baby.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, I don't know. That's wild, man.
I know.
I hate it for you.
I know I'm gonna get text.
I'm sorry, buddy.
I know I'm gonna get text messages on all this tomorrow. I'm sure Smitty's gonna say something about his Longhorns. I don't know what Brian Long and them are gonna say, but
yeah,
I've seen the playoff committee have tough decisions, but I think they really did it. This year was terrible. Florida State.
Yeah, nobody expected this. Let's just be honest. Nobody expected
Here's
this.
my question.
It has to be the last year, too, which is great. That gives it more emphasis on next year of why they need a 12.
This is my other question, too, just before we get off of all this. Georgia wins. Texas and Alabama, neither one of them make it.
Yeah.
Because
that's probably true. Yeah, Texas, then it's easy. It's easy.
Texas's best win.
Georgia, Michigan, Washington, Florida State. It's easy.
Yep.
It's easy. I agree.
Literally, Georgia
literally screwed Florida State.
3 points took 2 teams out.
Oh, way to go. Way to go, Georgia.
Because they've had, since that week 2, they've had Texas and Alabama piggybacked.
Yeah. And even then, I don't think you can count that because Alabama's definitely not the same team when they played. I don't think.
No.
It's not the same team.
No, not at all.
They were overhyped then because they about lost to USF right there. They were up 3-0 at half or something like 6-0. He's talking about that game as a monsoon.
Let's say the mill throw never happened.
Right. Yeah.
Say that never happened. Never happened, but they still beat Georgia. What happens then?
We're never talking. No, they're not in. They're not getting in if they beat Georgia then.
So you keep both Georgia and Alabama out at that point?
No, I still think Georgia needs to stay.
It makes no sense to me how Georgia left this, how they left this.
Because Georgia should have went to 4 at the worst. At the worst. You go 1-4. That's usually, that's normally how it goes, 1-4.
I've never in my life, I've watched college football for almost, we'll say, since I've understood it, 25.
I think it's a little bit of hate towards you all.
22 plus years.
I think you're right. They don't want to see that 3-2.
And I remember the years of the BCS where you had 2 national champions because of LSU and USC share a national title together.
Yeah, I hate that.
I remember that stuff. But literally, I have never seen a team have 1 loss, and that 1 loss be the reason they made the playoff. Alabama losing to Texas, and Texas winning the Big 12 championship.
But a big thing too in this whole conversation here, whoever wins the SEC championships always gets in.
You know what I hope happens? You know what I really hope happens? I hope
you want Alabama to lose.
No. No, I hope next year. I hope Alabama goes in and absolutely mops the floor. I hope Saban puts up 100 on
I
Michigan.
can't believe I'm saying this, but I'd like to see it too, just to prove.
Yeah, but I would love to see what would happen. Let's say next year, Alabama goes undefeated, and they play. Who would they play? Who's on the other side? Say Missouri. Say it's Missouri. Hypothetically.
It's going to be you all, but okay.
Okay, let's say it's us, and we're 8-4, but we won the East.
Not going to happen, but okay.
And we beat Alabama.
Okay.
SEC champion always makes the playoff. Because the stipulations
well, in that case, but we're going into next year, so it'll be 12-team playoff, so you might make it.
The rules for the 12-team playoff is your 5 conference champions, your automatic bids, and your highest ranked at-large school goes into the 6, and then you fill it up with the rest of the rankings.
So we'll see if they stick to that, though. They didn't stick to it here.
I know. What do you do then?
Yeah. I'm glad I'm not on that committee. That's all I gotta say.
I just don't know why they can't do it like this.
Who came up with it?
I don't know.
You should have always had 6. Always. Whenever you created that, it should have been 6, at least 5. But you can't do 5 because odd team. But I mean,
I like what JJ
5 conferences.
I like what JJ Watt tweeted this morning. He said, "Let's have an emergency 16 playoff."
Yeah, why not? You can alter rules anytime.
Give Washington and Michigan a bye, and then play the other ones. Georgia would play Texas. Alabama would play Florida State.
Why not? Why not? Why not do that? It's the last year. Shake it up.
Why not? I'm sure the Orange Bowl that Georgia's playing in and the what bowl?
You know, we talk about money. That would generate a ton of money.
It would. Those bowl games would probably love to be called, hey, come to the Orange Bowl. It's not just the Orange Bowl, it's a playoff bowl. Now we're going to see you're going to see Brock Bowers on the field in this game. You're going to see this guy on the field.
Yeah, you're going to see your star players.
Yeah, why not?
Hey, y'all playing the same bowl Tennessee played in. Let's go.
It's the SEC thing.
Yeah, man. It is what it is. Let's get in these bowl games real quick.
The second place finisher of the SEC goes to the Orange Bowl every year now.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, y'all, that's where we finished last year.
We ain't going to win over on Orange.
We'll see.
Go Florida.
Should be a blowout.
Go Noles.
Wow. Shut up. All right, bowl games.
Yes.
Rose Bowl. Michigan, Bama. Who you got?
Bama big. Roll Tide.
Give me a score.
Roll Tide. Bama 42, Michigan 10.
Whoa, 42-10. I do think Bama mops the floor as well. 35-17. I'll give Michigan 17. Earlier you said they never scored 17, right? You said they always scored 16.
They scored 19 in 2019.
19. Okay, so I give them 17 on this. And in other words, to this, welcome to the SEC.
Yeah, I hope they get everything they want. I hope they do.
I hope they do too. They have been really cocky this year. Fan base has been extremely cocky. Had a lot of drama in Michigan this year with Jim Harbaugh. Shout out to the intern, though. He did an excellent job.
I love that guy. I hope the Bama beats them so bad that before the game's over, there's something.
He's coaching.
I hope there's breaking news that Harbaugh's in discussion to take the Bears' job. That's what I hope. I hope it's that bad at halftime.
That bad, yeah. Yeah, I would like to see Alabama mop them, and I don't cheer for Alabama unless they're playing Georgia. Again, guys, just doing that for content. Do not like Alabama. Do not like Georgia. But I'm going to cheer for Bama again in this one. It's SEC. Why not?
Roll Tide.
We have to. We have to. Sugar Bowl. Washington versus Texas. Who you got?
It's going to be a good game.
A very good game.
It's going to be a really good game.
I agree with that.
Michael Penix, great quarterback. Quinn Ewers, good quarterback. I'm worried about Texas now, depending on what Worthy's injury is. Worried about not having their star running back. I think that makes them pretty even. I think Texas got the upper end on the defensive side of the ball. I think I'm going to go, though, with the hot hand. I think Washington's I think they got that chip on their shoulder. I'm going to say Washington by 1.
By 1. What's the score prediction?
33-32.
33-32. I like that. I think this game definitely will be a little bit higher scoring. Both these offenses are very good. They score fast. Quinn Ewers is awesome to watch. Hopefully he's not too shaken up. He should have plenty of time to heal up. I know he did get a little shaken up in that last game against Oklahoma State. And then, too, like you mentioned, Worthy did go out with an ankle injury. I think he's a key thing for this. If he plays, I think that helps Texas tremendously because he is also the return man for their punt returns. And he's very, very, very good wide receiver. I think that's going to play a big factor. So I'll, get a little, once it gets closer, of course, we'll go over predictions and everything again. But as it stands right now, I do think Texas gets revenge on Washington from last year in a very, very close game. I think we're going to see like a 3-point to 7-point spread somewhere in that ballpark. But give me Texas. Hook 'em horns, 38-35, I think is going to be the final.
Hook 'em. I like it. Yeah, I think it's going to be a great. I think that'll be your best first round matchup. So
yeah, I think that's going to be a great game. I'm happy the committee did choose that one. I mean, that was going to be fun.
Yeah, that's going to be good. Next game, the Orange Bowl. This is not a playoff bowl, but this is Florida State versus Georgia, the two teams who have got knocked out because Georgia lost. Good job, Georgia. Way to take two teams out.
Two teams at once.
Yep. Won back-to-back titles and take two of you out.
That's what they said. Two-time reigning national champion. They've won 6 straight bowl games. While the Seminoles, I did not realize this, enter this with a 19-game winning streak.
The active longest winning streak in college football.
Yeah, right now, as it stands, yeah. More than Bama. Yep, that's correct. Yeah, somebody was 29, but they lost last night.
About 3.
This team that knocked them out.
Oh, well.
Georgia.
You know what?
Maybe next year.
You know what? Time to start a new.
Maybe next year.
Time to start a new streak. Georgia big.
Yeah. What's your score prediction on that?
42-10.
42-10. I think Georgia has fun even if their starters don't play. Georgia's got 5-star, 4-star backups ready to go. Next man up mentality. You're going to give Kirby Smart a month to prepare for this game. Give me Georgia big, 45-24.
All right. I will say Florida State, depending on who plays, who don't play. If they can get their starters convinced to play, they got a big chip on their shoulder. Mike Norvell's going to get them
they're
hyped
pretty
up.
Pissed off, yeah.
So,
but both these teams are, though. Honestly, I would be.
Yeah.
I'm not happy if I'm either one of these.
Oh, I agree. I wouldn't be happy either. I'm not, but it is what it is.
It is what it is, and that's life, folks. Life of a sports fan.
Yeah. Before we leave, before we go into the Heisman talk, starting tomorrow, I believe. I think I can get it up tomorrow. Tyler's Talking About Sports is going to do a Bowl Mania on the ESPN. I'll be sharing on all of our social media, so be sure y'all join that just for fun, just for giggles, just for bragging rights. You'll go through, pick all the bowl games. If you get it right, you get it right, and we'll shout you out on the podcast. And, hey, we might bring you on for an episode. Who knows? So, be on the lookout for that, Bowl Mania. It'll be posted on our page. We'll all share it, so be on the lookout for that.
Be a fun time. I do want to give a shout out to one of our viewers as well. He did project the correct 4 teams in the playoffs. That's Jacob Compton. He wanted me to give a shout out on that. So he texted me earlier, let me know that he did have the right prediction. So kudos to you, man. He's in med school.
Good for him, man, to get the right prediction on the playoff. Good job, Jacob. Sorry about your Duke Blue Devils losing 3 in a row, but hey, you win some, you lose some, right?
I think, speaking of Duke Blue Devils, I think they drop out of the top 25.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? Early in the season.
If Georgia can drop to 6th in the playoff rank, anything can happen.
Hey, I guess you just can't lose. Okay?
Don't lose.
Don't ever lose.
Don't ever lose.
If you ever want to stay, if you ever want to have a chance, win every game for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Okay? Winner mentality.
Hey, maybe if you lose, don't lose blandly. We lost really blandly by losing by 3.
Bland.
So don't lose a bland loss.
Bland loss. Yeah, lost by 3. Y'all should just got killed.
Yeah,
if y'all got killed like 49-21, you're probably in.
Probably in.
Oh, wow, Bama's really good.
Yeah, Bama.
We'll put them at 1.
Yeah, Bama needs to go to 1. Georgia, they're going to be
Georgia
Bama.
at 4.
Yeah.
God.
Anyway.
All right. Heisman talk.
Heisman.
Who you got?
They ain't much talking this. They ain't much talking this one, man.
I agree.
Jayden Daniels. That kid.
Jayden Daniels, hands down.
Hands down, best football player in the country. I don't care if he was on LSU. I don't care if he's on Virginia Tech Hokies. I wouldn't care if he was on the JMU Dukes. This kid is the best player in the country.
I agree with that. He's I think minus 1,400 now for this pick. Bo Nix was in this running really close. So the Pac-12 game really helped Jayden Daniels even project even more. Penix is also in this talk. He will get invited to New York. I do think we see Jordan Travis maybe get a call up there too, even though he's hurt. But let's just be honest, it's Jayden Daniels this year. Statistics-wise, LSU led the country in yards this year, 547 in the game. Huge success to Jayden Daniels, 46.4 points per game as well. Also behind him, Daniels, only player ever to have 2 games this season. Only had 2 games this season in which he gained less than 350 total yards. They were against Grambling and Army, and he didn't even play the second half. So he played the second half. Obviously, he's over 350. This was the stat here I wanted to mention just a minute ago. He became the first player in FBS history with 350 yards passing and 200 yards rushing in a single game when they beat Florida 52-35. His passer rating is a 208. It's by far the best in FBS school history. So yeah, Jayden Daniels, hands down.
Hands down. Yeah.
Not even close.
Not even close. I agree with you. Jayden Daniels should win it. Your Heisman, guys, they should be 4 invited. Should be Jayden Daniels, should be Michael Penix, Bo Nix, and Marvin Harrison Jr. I'll throw him in there.
Marvin Harris probably. He'll probably get that 4th spot.
Heck, who knows? Jalen Milroe might make it now.
Milroe very well could. He's got a little bit of a case. He's definitely had the biggest turnaround. I think Milroe's the most improved player this year, obviously. But again, they don't hit that Hail Mary. We're not talking about this.
I agree. All right, man. That's all we got, I think, for college football, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit over an hour. That's what we kind of projected this entire episode centered around. This is the hottest topic right now in sports. So yeah, let us know y'all's thoughts, guys. We're really curious. And remember, if your team, got punched out like Hess's did next year, it'll be okay. You'll get another shot. So just hang in there.
Hang in there, guys.
Hang in there. You're playing Orange Bowl.
Yeah, throwing oranges.
Get them oranges.
Yeah.
Hey, at least it'll be warm.
That's cool, yeah. Might go to it.
Yeah, at least it'll be warm. Yeah, hey, Tennessee's in Orlando. So we're back in Florida. Yep.
Well, welcome.
On New Year's.
Hey, maybe we can play together. Maybe we can just all go together. SEC pride.
Let's just do it. Y'all, what day? Y'all play New Year's as well?
Yeah.
Or y'all right after New Year's?
Year's.
Oh, you're on New Year's.
Yeah.
Wow. We're on New Year's.
Yeah, it's New Year's Six Bowls.
Oh, that would make sense. It would be on New Year's, right? How'd we get on New Year's?
Because Bama made the playoff.
Okay.
Y'all took, if Bama hadn't made it and we hadn't made it, then it would have been Bama and Georgia in the New Year's Six. But since they made it, then you all are the next highest ranked SEC school. Outside of Ole Miss. Ole Miss is in one and whatever.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm glad we're playing Iowa. Woohoo.
Oof. Man, please don't lose to Iowa.
Well, it depends on who's starting.
Please
I don't know who's playing.
They
haven't announced anything.
As long as y'all don't start your 5th string players, you should beat Iowa.
We'll see. I don't know with this team.
Yeah. All right, man. MLB,
let's switch it up a little bit.
Shohei
Ohtani.
Yeah. Said he might make his decision this week or within the next week.
I don't think we see it this week. I really don't. I think it's going to be next week. I think we're going to see closer to Christmas, honestly. It's going to be a Christmas miracle, whoever he chooses. Right now, top teams, Los Angeles Dodgers, still number 1 front runner. Angels have entered the conversation. That was more recent. I didn't think they even had a shot, but apparently they're still going to try to pursue
Ron
him.
Washington.
Toronto Blue Jays. You've been very high on the Blue Jays. You said they had the best facilities in the majors, or one of the best.
That's what they got them rated as far as their sports medicine and their trainers and their weight room and all. That's the number 1 rated in MLB.
Well, Toronto would be a great program. I mean, great team to go to. I mean, they're not bad. They're no slouch.
They did say though, if Toronto got Ohtani, they would shed cap, so they would get rid of Vlad Guerrero Jr. and Bo Bichette.
Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, Bo Bichette's a monster. Over 300 batter.
That'd be a
great fielder.
Good Yankee right there.
Huge Yankee right there. So if they do that, hey, Vlad too, man. If we can swing it, I take both.
Vlad goes to the Mets.
Be a great first baseman.
Vlad goes to the
Mets. Maybe. That's bold. Yeah, I would be happy with that. Another team on this list, Chicago Cubs. They're still in the running. They've kind of gotten a lot quieter. And then, of course, the San Francisco Giants. On the Giants, too, you mentioned it earlier when we was texting. Yoshi Yamamoto is leaning towards the Giants. He is their favorite right now. I mentioned this in the last pod, too. This is a very big Japanese-American place area. Culture, everything like that. Big fan base. Giants got a lot of history. You go back to the Lincecum days. I mean, back in the 2010 era, right through there. I think they won a couple years. Giants no slouch, and I think if the Giants can land this somehow, if they can land both these guys, watch out.
I don't think they get both, but I mean, maybe they do. But I will go back. I think we know by Wednesday where Ohtani's going. I think Ohtani wants to get this over with. I think he wants to get in the clubhouse, get to working with whoever the new team is, get to know the players, get to know the managers, because I think the kid loves baseball. And right now, all he's doing is hitting by himself. He wants to be with that atmosphere. I think he wants to get this done. I think we hear by at least Wednesday sometime where Ohtani's going. And right now,
I'll be surprised.
I think the the mystery team could be the one because we're hearing about all these other teams. Ohtani's agent plainly said any team that leaks anything that may be where he could be going, that's a strike against him. So whoever this mystery team is keeping stuff shut. So I would say the mystery team, and I'm going to say the Angels.
Well, the Angels are in the talks.
I know, but I'm saying the Angels and the mystery team is the two that I think that's where he.
Oh, your top two.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go again. Still LA. LA is a hot topic place for him. He's down on the West Coast. Second team. I'm gonna go back to Chicago Cubs. They've went a little bit quieter. So they've kept kind of quiet about everything. But they could swing that, and I could see him playing in Wrigley. A lot of history there with baseball. So we'll see. I don't think it'll be announced Wednesday. I know you do, but I don't know. I think that right now everything's pretty much ice cold. We've had a couple good trades here, but they're still waiting on these big hitters. I mean, we still got Juan Soto as well. I was reading earlier, he is now a favorite for Toronto as well. Toronto's swinging.
Yeah, they're going for it.
They're going. They are buyers.
I think last year's season because they were so good. And
if they go after Soto, I think they'll have to give up some cap again. I think they'll have to give up Bichette and maybe Vlad. I don't know. I haven't looked at that trade, but
I don't know that
they're going to have to give up something. If they give up Bo, my God, Yankees, you better go after him.
Well, if they give up Bo,
I know he plays short, but you got Volpe. But put him on second or something.
If they trade for Soto, they probably send Bo to San Diego. But if they sign Ohtani, then they have to work a trade with somebody.
Right, because they can't get nothing in return.
And it would be hard for the Yankees to make that happen unless they just give the farm. I mean, I don't know. I doubt that Blue Jays.
Well, the trade that you threw out to me with Juan Soto to the Yankees would be excellent for the Yankees.
Yeah. I think the Blue Jays got a little bit more leniency on their prospects because you all called up some of your major ones already. Blue Jays haven't, so they can throw out maybe another pitching prospect that you all don't want to let go of. So I think that's where the Blue Jays got the edge.
They can probably get a little bit sweeter deal.
Yeah,
we'll see. A lot of baseball trades. A lot of time left for deadlines. Dylan Cease. I saw that right before we started recording. Baltimore now enters the conversation.
Great place for him.
It would. I did not think about Baltimore. I hope he don't go to Baltimore because they're in my division. The best up north. But you got LA and the Braves in this conversation too. I know you mentioned he's got a lot of family members and stuff in Atlanta. You still feeling Atlanta?
Yeah, I think he goes to Atlanta. I think Atlanta's got the pieces to get him there. I don't think he goes to the Dodgers because his old teammate Lance Lynn went there last year.
Oh, Lance Lynn, yeah.
And the bottom fell out of it, and now Lance Lynn could have re-signed.
Well, Lance Lynn's traded.
Yeah, he could have re-signed with them, and he decided to walk and sign with the Cardinals. So, I mean, I don't think he goes to the Dodgers. I don't think the Dodgers get any of the big free agents. I think the Dodgers will have to work. I think they get some players. They got a solid team anyway, so they don't really need to go out and get these big time players. But I think the Braves have the edge on Cease, but it all depends on if Baltimore decides to give up one of those highly touted prospects they got, then they can beat the Braves on that aspect of it. The Braves can
Baltimore could get them. They got a lot of young talent there.
The Braves could give them more MLB ready players right now as far as prospect ready, but. Long term, the Baltimore has a better long term. Like, hey, get this guy in 3-4 years, he's going to be a stud. The Braves are more like, hey, this guy's ready now. So it depends on whether the White Sox are at and what they're wanting to do.
We'll see. He fit really good in that rotation in Baltimore. They need it.
Yeah, they need a frontline starter. They need it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's him.
Before we leave Major League Baseball, I want to throw out the people don't know, or a lot of people may know, but you got the Appy League Baseball. It goes on around here. You had the Bristol White Sox at one point. They were called the Bry Sox. Then they were called the Bristol Pirates, and now they're the Bristol State Liners. But their first manager just got inducted to the MLB Hall of Fame, and that would be Jim.
Wow.
Jim Leyland is now actually they've inducted him in the Hall of Fame as a Detroit Tiger. He was the first ever manager for the Bristol White Sox when they were in the Appalachian League. So
that's awesome.
That's pretty cool to see. He wasn't from here, but that was cool to see that a local manager from a team like that made it all the way to the top. Started at low baseball, made it all the way to the top, and is now in the Hall of Fame. So well-deserved for Jim Leyland. Loved him when he was on the Tigers when they won the World Series and stuff. He's a great manager, so good for him, well-deserved.
Way to go, Jim.
Yeah, way to go, Jim. All right, man, I think that's all we got for baseball right now. I don't see anything really big. Jim Leyland.
Nothing crazy.
Nothing major. So move on to the round ball in college.
Well, there's a lot of round balls in college.
I know, I picked that one. Which one am I talking about?
The basketball. Yeah, I put this one down. Upcoming games and predictions, just real quick this week. Just wanted to run through these. Just what's your take? How you feeling? So we'll do some quick hitters here. So Iowa versus Purdue. Purdue did get upset.
Oh, a lot of upsets this weekend. A lot of upsets this weekend.
Iowa, this is not the same Iowa team that's in football, though. They're a little bit worse. So you got Iowa or Purdue.
I think Purdue bounces back in this one.
Yeah, I agree. Zach Levy's probably is the best big man in the league, in my opinion. 7'4", he should be.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, Yao Ming 2.0.
Ooh, yeah.
Give me Purdue.
Yeah. I like that one. You got the next game on there. You got Illinois fighting Illini versus the Florida Atlantic Owls. You got that one, big dog.
Yeah. I got Illinois. Florida Atlantic's pretty tough, though. I'm not going to lie. This is going to be a good game. I think Illinois comes in this 24th, somewhere in there. But yeah, I like the fighting Illini on this one. Give me Illinois.
Taking Illinois. Where is this game played?
I think at Florida Atlantic.
Florida Atlantic by 20.
By 20.
Florida Atlantic by 20.
That's a Tuesday game, right?
Yeah, I'm looking. Tennessee. Yes, it is. Tuesday, 6:30.
Which is Hess's birthday.
On ESPN. Yep, it is.
December 5th, folks.
32 years old.
Wish him a happy birthday. 32. He's Shaquille O'Neal.
Yep. Shaq. I'm Shaq-tastic, baby.
He's old.
Old as dirt.
Bless him.
Yeah, 32. I made it.
UNC UConn. Who you got?
UConn big.
UConn big.
Yes.
Wow. UNC is no slouch this year. UNC's got some major wins already. UConn just came off a heartbreaker to Kansas. I think that game was close. I was too busy watching college football to really keep up with it. But I think you told me it was like a 7-point game or something like that. So they definitely kept it close. Is this game at Connecticut or is it in?
I'm looking at that right now. I remember where is it played?
Dean Stadium or
the Dean Dome.
UConn. Yeah, Dean Dome. Is that where it's at?
I don't know.
Oh, if it's at Dean Dome, give me UNC. If it's at UConn, give me UConn. I think it's going to come down to home advantage.
Right. Ooh, Texas and Marquette play each other.
Yep, I got them on here.
Wednesday. Oh yeah, you do.
That's the next team, man. Come on.
Sorry. I don't see this game. Where's this game at? Is this Tuesday?
Thursday.
It's Thursday?
Mm-hmm. About positive. It's later in the week, this coming week.
It's not Tuesday. Not Thursday.
It's not?
It's not Friday.
Did I look at this wrong? Hang on. I might have lied to you. Yeah, Tuesday. Sorry, it's Tuesday. It's your birthday.
Oh, Tuesday.
9 o'clock. Mm-hmm.
Tuesday. Because y'all got a big game Saturday against Illinois.
Yeah, another one. God, toughest freaking schedule.
Tuesday, you got North Carolina. Yep, there it is. North Carolina, UConn. Whew. That game is in Madison Square Garden.
Ooh, MSG. That's even better. Give me UConn.
That game.
That's going to be a game.
Let's see. What's so special about this game? It has to be a tournament. It's the Jimmy V Classic. This is a tournament. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I take it back. This is a tournament, not UConn big. UConn by 3.
UConn by 3.
Yep. UConn by 3.
I think UConn by 6 in this one. I think they win
UConn by
soundly.
6.
Hit their foul shots. Win the game.
I like it. Well, the next game, though, you said Texas Marquette. I kind of jumped the gun there.
Texas Marquette, yeah. It's going to be a heck of a game.
It's going to be a heck of a game.
Rematch with Shaka.
Yeah.
Old coach coming in.
Yep. Marquette, they're a better team.
Marquette is tough this year. I like Marquette in this one as well.
Yep.
Very sneaky good. They're kind of like UConn. UConn and Marquette kind of get overshadowed by Purdue, Kansas. Yeah, I like Marquette. Yeah. They're tough. They looked really good in the Maui.
They did look good in the Maui. So yeah, I hate Marquette in that game easy.
I wouldn't say easy because Texas is pretty tough, but I think it'll be like another sound 6-7 point game.
Could be, very well could be. All right, bud. Let's see. Anything else in college basketball? I've seen Bronny James. He's back. He's been cleared medically.
USC lost again to Gonzaga. They did lose.
No, I seen Bronny was able to do 3-point workouts and everything. He should be back in the next week or so.
We'll definitely have to stay up to date with that because that's definitely huge.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the NFL. NFL.
Yeah, let's bounce around to it.
Big old NFL had a lot of games today. Actively right now, y'all know the final before it's over. It looks like this game's going to be final with 3 minutes and 55 seconds left. You got the Packers up 24-19 on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, I was watching this one. Jordan Love looking really good. Patrick Mahomes threw an interception there a minute ago with 5 minutes left. Gave the ball back to the Packers. Yep, interceptions will kill you. Yeah, we kind of talked about this. Chiefs don't look like the same Chiefs.
Nope.
Not this year. Packers have also too very improved. I mean, they beat Detroit, who was also a very, very solid team.
Yeah.
Looks like they very well could beat the Chiefs, which is another solid team.
Yeah.
I picked the Packers to make it in the playoffs. It's shaping up like it,
Yeah.
so we shall see.
I agree with you.
Give me the Packers. COVID.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, the Packers look like they're going to pull that one off. How about the Niners absolutely just destroying the Eagles?
Niners are back to what we saw in the first 4 weeks of 4 weeks of NFL football. Niners are good. I tell you, the best thing ever happened to Brock Purdy was just getting out on the tractor and cutting some hay, man.
You've held strong to that one.
Yes, I have. I tell you, sometimes you just need to get out there in the Lord's country and cut some hay, cut some wheat, whatever you need to do. So Brock Purdy looking pretty good. Eagles did lose Jalen Hurt in this game.
He came back.
They did come back, but they did lose him there for a second. Eagles looked terrible. This was absolutely terrible. 49ers came in there, meant business. I picked the 49ers to win this game easily, and they did. Yeah. So 49ers back on track. Best team in NFL right now.
Ooh, like that take. Move on to the AFC here. You got the Titans versus the Indianapolis Colts, and Colts squeezed out a squeaker with Gardner Minshew at quarterback. So
Gardner Minshew's I like Minshew. Yeah. Minshew always has good stats. I think Minshew could easily start there. I know they got Anthony Richardson ready to go, who's probably going to be a stud. Yeah. But I've always liked Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, so the Titans, I just feel like, this game went to overtime. They lost it in overtime. They had a chance to win it in overtime, but they played good.
I saw Will Levis get into it with the wide receiver. I saw that.
Him and DeAndre Hopkins.
It's Hopkins. Yeah, he was not too happy with them.
Yeah, Hopkins was. The claim was Hopkins was being lazy on his routes, and Levis pretty much was like, "I'm out here to do my job. You need to do your job. I don't care how long you've been in the NFL. Do your job." So.
Wow, good for the coming from a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, rookie quarterback to a two-time Pro Bowler. But Levis played.
That's bold.
Levis played good. That's what you got to do. You're a quarterback. You're a leader. That's what you have to do in that role.
Was he being lazy on the route though?
They showed it. He kind of I don't think he thought Levis was coming his way, and Levis progressed through the reads. And then if he would have ran through it, he would have been wide open. But he was just jogging. So, but Levis played good. 16 for 33, 224 yards, 1 touchdown. Derrick Henry had a big game. He had 21 carries, 102 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So, Titans, they played good. They couldn't.
Yeah, they have played good.
Their defense hurt them.
I don't think their coach leaves either. That's what they was asking. A lot of people thought maybe he'd get fired and stuff. I don't see that happening.
Not at
all. They're building there. They've been building for a while, man. Every once in a while, Titans will be like, oh, playoff bound.
Well, 2 years ago, they were in the AFC Championship game, so.
They're always just, trying to sneak in with the quarterback, so they'll get it figured out. Yeah. I don't like Will Levis, but I like seeing him.
That's a big win for the Colts. So put up 7-5. That's a big win.
Yeah, 7-5. Yeah, absolutely. With Minshew starting, like you said,
that's a big win. And then they got next.
I picked the Colts.
Yeah, next 2 weeks. The rest of their schedule is pretty easy. They got Bengals, Steelers, Falcons, Raiders, Texans.
Yeah.
Jags better win their games.
Yep. Yeah, they better.
Yeah.
Better watch out.
The Lions and Saints. This game was a lot
closer than I thought.
Well, Lions were up 21-3 at one point.
Yeah. Okay. Says Saints came back.
Yeah, Saints came back. Lions won this 33-28.
Lions worrying me, man.
You gotta learn to finish. You gotta learn to finish games.
Well, they did finish. They did win the game.
Yeah.
But still,
Derek Carr,
a little too close for comfort.
Derek Carr getting booed at home.
Wow, really?
They booed him, and then they sent him off the field to put Taysom Hill in that Wildcat, and they cheered. And then they brought Derek Carr back out, and they all started booing him again. Every time he completed a pass, they booed him in the game. He's not a favorite. Wow. He's not a fan favorite in New Orleans right now. New Orleans moves.
That is crazy.
Yeah, New Orleans goes down to 5-7 on a year, and Detroit moves to 9-3, and still on track to win the NFC North.
Yeah, they should easily.
They should. Packers though,
I'm just worried about them.
Packers could sneak that one. Let's go to the monsoon game, the flood game. I like to call this one. 2 weather delays and
Terrible.
an injured quarterback and just an absolute just ugly, ugly game. Steelers versus Cardinals.
Yeah, Steelers just fell apart. No offense. Pickett was looking good before he got hurt. 7 for 10, 70 yards, right? 70 yards passing. Pretty much all to Pickens. Pickens had 4 or 5 receptions for 51 yards. But yeah, the rain played a huge factor in this game. The defense couldn't tackle worth a crap. That's why they lost big. They lost big. Absolutely terrible. I had Steelers winning this one easy. Going to get to 8 wins. What we need, to be with the Ravens. Obviously, this is a great opportunity for the Steelers. The Browns don't have a quarterback. I mean, they do, but they don't.
Joe Flacco.
Bengals don't have a quarterback, but they do, but they don't. I mean, it's a good year for the Steelers to finish second, is what I'm getting at. It could even give Baltimore a run, honestly. They did beat Baltimore when they played in the regular season earlier. So, yeah, but I think we're going to watch them flush it down the toilet. I really do. I think that'll happen. Mitch Trubisky was announced that he will be the starter for next week. So Kenny Pickett is out for at least 2 weeks is what they're projecting right now. So they're done.
Expected to miss significant time due to an injury he suffered Sunday.
Yep,
ankle.
Done. Mitch Trubisky, terrible.
Trubisky actually led him. Actually looked really good out there today. He commanded the Steelers. He was 11 for 17 for 117 yards and a touchdown. He actually looked. The offense actually looked to flow a little bit better. What killed the Steelers here is they had no run game. No run game. While James Conner's like, "Hey, y'all got rid of me. I'm going to run 105 on you and score 2 touchdowns."
Yeah, should never got rid of him.
George Pickens though had another good game, 4 receptions for 86 yards, but. Fun fact there, he didn't have a single catch until Mitchell Trubisky came in. So there's still some weird stuff going on with him and Pickett. I don't know what. Pickett likes Johnson better than Pickens. I don't know what's going on there.
I like Pickett better than Trubisky. God, he's terrible.
Hey.
Terrible head.
11 for 17, man. 6. Hey, if that was stats in college.
Don't matter.
Hey, if that was the Tennessee Balls, that was Milton, you was happy about it.
That's different. It's not even comparison. I've watched Trubisky, what was it, last year? Me and you went back and forth this forever. Trubisky's terrible.
So what if Trubisky goes on a tear?
Steelers need a quarterback.
What if Trubisky goes on a tear here, get you all into playoffs?
Terrible.
And you win the Super Bowl with him.
You would take it that far. You would.
Hey, you are the last wild card team to make it all the way and win the Super Bowl.
That's true.
This possible?
No.
I
don't see it happening. Not with this offense.
Defense wins championships, man.
They do. They have a good defense, but didn't show out today.
This is the first time Trubisky gets a chance to actually work with the starters all week. Let him get a flow with it, see what happens.
We'll see what happens. I'll try to be positive.
There you go. Be positive. I'll try to be optimistic. Be positive, man.
But in my opinion, he's absolute garbage. He's in the NFL, though, so he's better than me.
Yeah. He is the all-time leading passer and completion rating in Chicago Bears history.
That's the Bears. I mean, how they doing this year? How they did last year?
Well, they've done terrible since they have.
It's the Bears, and they have done terrible since Trubisky left.
They haven't had a winning season since Trubisky.
Yeah, it's true.
Anyway,
I think a lot of it too comes down to your offensive coordinator. Like, I'm serious, and your offensive line, obviously.
I agree.
You're in the NFL. Any of these guys are good. Let's just be honest.
Let's move on to my other disappointment of the weekend. I don't know if you got this on yours. I put it on mine. The Broncos-Texans game.
Yeah.
Huge playoff implications. The Broncos actually played pretty good, but Russ Wilson had his worst game of the year. He threw three picks, and 2 of them were inside the 20-yard line. Just couldn't get it together. We should have won that game. Denver should have won. Texans, they did what they had to do, but they lost their number 1 receiver, Neal. Yeah, Neal, he broke his leg. So that was a huge loss for the Texans. And C.J. Stroud didn't make mistakes. Denver didn't get a takeaway in that game. They've been getting takeaways in every game. They didn't get a single takeaway in that game. So C.J. Stroud wins another one, proves the Texans to 7-5, and the Broncos are up to 6-6.
Yeah, that was a tough blow for the Broncos.
Yeah.
Tough weekend of football for you.
Yeah, you have that. The big jobs,
Yeah, tough weekend for football for me too. One of my teams were off because they played terrible this year, and then the other one lost to a two-win team.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's been great.
All right. Let's move on to the Monday Night Football game. Big Monday Night Football game.
Sort of.
Big game here.
Not
Who
really.
you got? Jacksonville or the Bengals?
Who do you think? T-Law, baby, 24-17.
Going with Jackson or going with the Bengals in this one. I think Jake Browning has a huge game for the Bengals. I think Joe.
I like Browning in college, so
Yeah, I think Mixon plays really good here. The Jags have just been so inconsistent. I'm not saying they're not a good team; they've just been inconsistent. It's a primetime game. Jags should win, but I'm gonna go with the upset here. I'm gonna go with the Bengals. Bengals win this 24-21.
Wow. Could happen. Jacksonville is kind of streaky. They remind me a lot of Detroit.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're going to get in, week out. ETN's going to have a good game in this one, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about T-Law, but ETN's seriously going to have a good game.
Agree.
And the Packers just hit a field goal with 1:09 left. That should seal the win. So that looks like they're going to win 27-19 over the Chiefs. Chiefs will fall to 8-4. Wow.
Man. Wow. That's huge. That keeps Denver in the hunt for the AFC West if they can win out. That'd be cool.
Yeah, got to win, man.
Anyway,
got to win.
That's all we got, for the NFL. That's been a kind of just another NFL week.
Quick hitters.
But go to golf, man. Take us away in golf. Tell us what happened in golf this week.
Yeah, Scotty Scheffler tearing it up again. He left, right where he left off last season. Scotty Too Hot is what I call him because his putter is hot. This dude does not make mistakes. If he gets a lead, he keeps it. He finished the tournament with 20 under, which is insane. I just love watching this guy play. He can absolutely hit the piss out of the ball.
Yeah.
And his putting is unreal. I mean, he's probably one of the best putters in the tourney. And then two, one of your best chip players ever. Chipping is insane. Yeah. So good to see Scotty win another one. He's definitely adding to his shelf. Justin Thomas bounced back for him. He finished third in this one, so I was very happy to see JT up there in the top. It's always more fun when JT's playing good.
Alabama
Jordan Spieth's playing good. He played really good. My boy Ricky Fowler finished 17th, solid again. Good to see that top 20 finish. Big one here that I want to throw out: Tiger Woods, insane what he's doing. He finished even 18th. He finished 18th in this tournament.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that's insane. It was his lowest ever ranking, as a pro golfer. He did say he was going to play one tournament a month. So we will see him hopefully once every 3 or 4 weeks. So that's huge for golf, huge for PGA. Love watching Tiger. I do think we see Tiger get another one this year. He's just too good. Finishing 18th, not played like consistent like these other guys, and he's top 20.
Yeah, I mean, it was great. I mean, it was a good little tournament, big class of people. Not a big fan of Justin Thomas, Alabama Roll Tide guy there. So, but I want to talk.
What?
That's where he graduated from.
I love JT. JT's awesome. He's awesome.
He graduated from Bama.
So, cool guy.
Yeah, Jordan Spieth, way better. JT's best friend, actually.
Way better?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. JT
No.
can't light a candle to what Spieth does. Spieth's got more majors. But anyway, Spieth finished 6th in this tournament.
Wow.
My second favorite golfer in PGA, Colin Morikawa, he finished 7th. And I was going to talk about Tiger Woods finishing 18th. That's absolutely incredible. This was a really good field of players for this late in the year. That's freaking awesome. This was in the Bahamas, so why not? You get $4.5 million for winning it. The previous winner, Victor Hovland, he wasn't in this. Hovland. I call him Hovland. You call Scotty Scheffler Scotty Too Hottie. I'm going to call him Hovland. Okay? How about that?
Okay, but it's Hovland.
Where's he from? That's what I thought. Will Zalatoris finished 20th. He finished plus 11. That's crazy, though, if you think about this. Looking at this, right? Tiger Woods finished even.
Where's Hovland from?
Tiger Woods finished even at 18.
He's not from the U.S., I don't think.
Woods finished even, finished at 18th.
Yeah.
Wyndham Clark was plus 2 and finished 19th. And then Will Zalatoris finished plus 11 and finished 20th.
He beat Zalatoris. Zalatoris was talk of the – I mean – Zalatoris is always usually top 10, top 15 this year.
Okay.
I like Zalatoris. Super young.
Hovland is from Norway.
Norway. Yeah. Okay.
But
I knew he was a foreigner.
Spieth and Thomas were set to make a big run there. And then
Thomas looked really good this one. I'm not going to lie. It's the best he's looked in a while.
Spieth and him both tied.
His putter came back. He lost his putter there for a while. He's got his putter back.
Spieth beat him on Spieth shot 68 in the first round. They tied with a 67 in the second round. It was that third round that was the big difference maker. Spieth shot a 71. He struggled on the back nine. But yeah, good win for Scotty Scheffler there. That was good to see. We'll see what happens.
Scheffler keeps racking them up.
Old Sheffy. I like to call him Scotty Sheffy. You okay with that?
hey, you call him whatever, Scotty Sheffield. I mean, like Gary Sheffield.
No.
I mean, you can call him whatever you want to. He's Scotty too hotty in my
I
book.
like it. I like it. But hey, man, that's a wrap, man. We're at the end of the show. We've talked about
That's a
we talked
wrap.
about the college football.
Quick one
We talked about
tonight.
the college football playoffs. We've talked about the NFL. We talked about the college football teams, the Heisman, MLB, basketball. We even went up and tapped it in with some golf. Final thoughts, man. What do you got?
Final thoughts: Packers just recovered a fumble. They're going to score again, so this win's going to look even better for them. There's a flag on the play. Hang on. But final thoughts again, guys. Just I want to go back to our live. That took a lot of energy out of us. We did that for 3 hours, but it was consistent, like all the way through. Everybody was commenting, liking
Even
our
through
stuff, kept us
halftime. Even through
going.
halftime.
Halftime. I mean, it's consistent. Like 8-14, 8-14, 6-14. I mean, it's crazy. So just seeing that was incredible. And then two, I know we done a recaps a little while back. I really reflected on that today, just thinking how many people are tuning in, taking time out of their day to really listen to us. I really do appreciate that, guys. I know Hess does as well. We try to give you all the energy on this and as passionate as we can be. We love sports, just love sports. Love talking about sports, love talking smack. But at the end of the day, we love doing this and love the feedback from
Absolutely.
you all. Again, this episode was mainly centered around, of course, the college playoffs. That's, again, the hottest topic probably in
Sports.
in the sports world right now. So, let us know your thoughts on that. Did the committee get it right? Did they get it wrong? Who should have been in? Who should have been out? We love the takes, but at the end of the day, it is those final four teams. So give us your score predictions and stuff as well if you see us out, or if you want to just comment. Again, guys, too, follow us on all of our social medias. We're on all major streaming platforms. This will be up at 6 a.m. on Monday. So I hope y'all have an awesome week this week. Make sure you tune in on your ride to work or while you're working or after work, whatever you need to do during your lunch hour. I mean, just tune in. Let us know, guys. Let us know what you think. Give us a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you want to do. Let us know you're listening, and we'll definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. I second all that. Be sure you follow us on all of our social media. If you listen to the episode, share it, get it out there. Get it out there to your grandmother, your niece, your nephew.
That helps.
Helps us out, guys. Again, that live was absolutely incredible. Again, all the people that showed up, chatted in, the people who texted afterwards, the call-ins we had, we loved it. It was great. Other than that, Michigan sucks. They're not going to win. That's all I got. Hess is out.
I love it.
Hess is out.
Hess is out.
Well, have a great one. Have a happy Monday. See y'all Thursday.
Good night.
Bye.
Peace.